What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Dead End Hip Hop. Joining us today, we got my man 12 Kyle, host of Dead End Sports, along with 12 Kyle Radio. Make sure you catch us every Tuesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Dead End Sports Live. And Kyle, when's your show?
Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Blog Talk Radio.
I mean, sound excited about it, man.
Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Blog Talk Radio.
And what you talk about? Like, what topics do you talk about?
We talk about sex. We talk about women. We talk about relationships, dating.
How long you been doing it, Kyle?
5 years, man.
That's what's up.
5 years. Yeah, love it.
All right, so a couple of weeks ago, we were actually on his show. So you guys make sure you tune in to 12 Kyle, follow him on Twitter. We've been on the show a few times, actually. Always a great time when we go on there. And a conversation about, somebody called in, so if you're watching, you listen, you can actually call in and talk to us live and ask us questions. We had a question about the Grammys. It was about the Grammys, do they respect hip-hop, blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, we had the Grammys actually take place, and then Kanye did his Kanye thing, which he always do. And then, he was upset about Beck receiving the Album of the Year award over Beyonce. He went up there, threatened to grab the mic, walked off. He was kind of trolling, at least so we thought. Then afterwards is when we saw the real Kanye. And he basically went on this little rant talking about artistry. And, if the Grammys won't respect artists, then we need to stop playing with them, as he put it. He said all this while saying that he has to be careful what he said because he has a wife and a daughter now, so which I thought was interesting because he has to kind of play within the rules, but then he's criticizing also the system as well. Now, of course, there was this big thing on Twitter when I hit up Mike and B about it, and people were chiming in, and what Kanye was saying in relation to Beyonce didn't really necessarily have anything to do with hip hop. It was about him supporting his boy, his big brother, wife, and he felt that she had the best album. But it was something that he said that kind of struck with me about whether or not, the artists themselves, like there's always this big discussion about the Grammys and how they don't respect, respect hip hop is one, but also respect certain artists as well. And, what can and should there be anything that the artists do to kind of earn that respect? So I guess the question is Kanye right? Is Kanye right? Like, when you think about it, is what?
You said, like, what is an artist supposed to do to earn respect?
So lost.
Be make great music. That's how you garner respect. Because look,
from the Grammys? We're talking about the Grammys. And Kanye, a person that participates in the Grammys, that is part of that system, feels like they don't respect him or his people. And he apparently wants that respect.
Part of the issue, man, is Kanye, and I get what he's saying. First and foremost, I'm a huge fan. But Kanye, man, Kanye ain't been right since his mom died, man. Like, he's like, something's a little off with him. So I kind of give him a pass to some degree, but you can't talk about wanting respect in the industry when you running up on this guy to take the Grammy from him when Beck earned that Grammy. They gave it to him. I mean, regardless of whether or not you like Beyonce's album or not. You didn't see Jay-Z running up there. So why is Kanye going up there? I get his passion. But I'm saying, but at some point in time, somebody's gonna slap the shit out of Kanye. To answer your question, Ken, his message gets lost because what he was saying, there's some validity to that. Absolutely. But the problem is that when you can't talk about respect when you couldn't even give Beck respect. He won the award, regardless of whether or not how you felt about it or not. He won the award, so
it's a two-way
that's
street.
fine. And then you go up there on behalf of Beyonce, and if you look at the clips and stuff, Jay-Z didn't even flinch. So Jay-Z's looking at him like,
laughing.
yeah, he's laughing like.
No, at first he was like,
Yeah, he was worried for a minute.
Like, ah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you riding for his girl. I mean, let it go.
I don't see how anyone can take this shit seriously. I really don't.
Right.
You're upset because Beck beat out Beyonce's album, and you used that as a catalyst to start this whole rant.
Right.
You personally think that Beyonce's album was better than Beck's.
Right.
Why are we even listening to this? Because one person, because you think that your opinion is that important, and that you think that valid. Right. Now, granted, I don't fuck with it. I like watching the Grammys and laughing at it because it's so fucking stupid, but I take none of it seriously. But the fact that Kanye thinks that his opinion should outweigh the entire Academy, and we're really talking about this shit. Come on, man.
I think the thing is, and maybe I don't know what's in Kanye's mind, but they're not showing the Hip Hop Awards, on camera. We know what happened with Macklemore and Kendrick Lamar, last year. So it seems like there is. We always know that there is a level of disrespect when it comes to the hip hop category.
Absolutely.
So what Kanye is saying, I think if he would actually kind of, take it a little step further and try to have this open conversation about, the Grammys relationship with hip hop. You said on Kyle's show, what did you say on Kyle's show when this question came up?
I don't know what I said on Kyle's show, but y'all are reaching hard.
I'm not reaching.
Because he never said anything about hip hop.
He did, but
okay, but we are trying to make it about that, so we can back up Kanye's argument. All Kanye was saying was the Grammys need to respect artistry. He did not say anything about the Grammys not respecting hip hop. Now that could have been what he meant, but he didn't say that. So I don't see how we're turning his little rant into a Grammys versus hip hop thing. I personally think it was just Kanye did not like the fact that Beyonce's album didn't win.
He said, we're not playing anymore. We need to earn that respect or something along those lines, right? Mm-hmm. So when the question came up on Kyle's show, it was like, what do the hip hop artists need to do, to get the Grammys to respect? You, and correct me if I'm wrong, was like, they don't need to do anything.
I don't remember what I said, to be honest, but that didn't sound like something I would say.
I was
basically saying why. Actually, I really don't remember what I said, to be honest.
Do you remember, Kyle?
I think what we have to remember is that hip hop's place as far as the history with the Grammys, they've been excluded for so long. So the fact that not being shown live on TV and things of that nature, I mean it's a part of the problem. But where Kanye, like I said, when you go back to what he was trying to say in his message, he's somebody with power. Jay-Z's another person with power. They can bring the powers that be and say, hey, these are our concerns. This is why we feel like hip hop should get more shine or whatever like that. But the way that he went about going about doing it, that's where his message gets lost in translation, and people already think he's crazy as is, so they don't take him serious. So one, you run up on the stage and now you're asking for respect. You can't have it both ways. Yeah.
If we have such an issue with the Grammys disrespecting and ignoring and neglecting hip hop, why are there always rappers there? Why did Kanye perform if he thinks the Grammys don't respect us? Not us, because I'm not saying it's a black thing.
Right.
It's not a black thing. If that's what he meant, I can't help him. But if he maybe that's what he meant. I don't fucking know. But I'm saying if hip hop has such an issue with what the Grammys is collectively doing to hip hop, then hip hop needs to exclude itself from the Grammys. Actively exclude itself. Don't show up, don't perform, tell all your fucking fans, like, look, this is how we feel about the Grammys, we don't fuck with them. Macklemore, don't go up to get no fucking awards. Kendrick, don't go up there to get no awards. Jay-Z and Beyonce, stop showing up. Kanye, stop performing. And then your point will be made. But I still don't think the Grammys would really care that much. They're not showing you now. So what the fuck? It's not like they're getting that much publicity off of you, because they're not even willing to show you on television. Right. They're not even going to let you perform. So if hip hop pulled out of the Grammys, would they really care that much?
I don't know, and I think that's, when I look at it, I think they should be more vocal about it. So there should be more people speaking up. Kanye may have been talking about Beyonce, but there should be more hip hop artists speaking up about how they are treated in the, when it comes to the Grammys, instead of just saying, oh, well, it's just a Grammy, and being nonchalant about it and just like, this is what they do, and just, say fuck the Grammys and move on.
Do they have a reason to care? I mean, like,
why not? If they care about what they're doing, they should have a reason to care.
No, they don't care. You know why? Because what they care about is green. And like, to Mike's point, they didn't show it on TV. They didn't promote it. They don't.
When you say they, you're talking about the Grammys?
The Grammys. Okay. The Grammys. They don't care about it because it's not generating buzz. It's not generating revenue. It's not generating anything extra for them. So they don't care, and it is slightly disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Disrespectful.
So if we were to pull out, would they really care? Because they don't. They essentially telling us right now that they don't care.
Exactly. Do you think artists care about winning the Grammy?
Artists care because of the prestige that comes with it.
Right.
But
I can say they're
But do you think they go into the studio saying, "Let's make a Grammy"?
I never said that.
You think Run the Jewels? You think Run the Jewels got in the album?
Iggy said she wanted to win a
No,
Grammy.
but they're not those type of rappers.
Okay.
But I definitely think that Kanye, Big Sean, those type of rappers, yeah, they definitely want their albums to be recognized in the form of a Grammy or some kind of prestigious award. But I think what I was saying to you guys on the show before too is that it's not like these artists that win a Grammy, it's always done out of quality. A lot of times, a lot of politics behind that. And I'm sure, and we're on the outside, and we can see that. So I'm sure people that are on the inside, like a Kanye, like a Jay-Z, they know that. Because I don't really hear Jay-Z running around talking that much about Grammys. Because shit, if anybody knows, I'm sure he knows. As much money as he has, he knows what's going on with the Grammys. There's a whole committee of all these people that really don't even, in my opinion, don't really even listen to music in that way. They don't put an album on and really critique it and say, well, this could have been better and this, and this. They say, well, shit, who did this reach? How many record sales did it have? How many singles? That's how they're judging music. Is that the way hip hop should be judged? If it's not, then why the fuck do you care about the Grammys?
Because look at all the classic albums in the '90s that never won Grammys.
Right.
Like just you can just the list can go on. You can just name them. Illmatic, important albums. Ready to Die.
Genre-defining albums did not win
Ready
Grammys.
to Die. Scarface, Chronic. Yeah, Chronic. That's another one. I mean, the list goes on. So
one thing you brought up on the show, I want to ask you. You said we talked about Iggy and the fact that she was nominated for 4 Grammys, and you said that you would be surprised if she didn't win. Surprised?
The fact that
I thought she'd win at least 3 or 4.
I did too. You didn't?
3 or 4?
Yeah. Yes.
I thought she was
She's the biggest selling hip hop artist of the entire year.
Anything was very surprising to me.
Very, very
shocked.
I was shocked.
And I don't know if that was really out of true concern or if that was more so like a saving face type of thing.
Right.
I don't know.
Who did she lose to? I know she
Eminem.
lost to M.
Yeah.
I don't know the other ones because I didn't see the damn awards because those motherfuckers didn't air them on television. So I don't know. I mean, and plus, it wasn't like I was gonna go and Google the shit and like, who won Grammys? I don't fucking care.
My point is, I think every year there's this conversation about the hip hop and Grammys, and we always see the artists complaining about it, but yet they're not as vocal as I feel that they should be if they're going to continue to complain about it. And that's kind of the thing, like, don't just complain about it on the side or just in passing. Like, if you really have an issue about it, take the Kanye approach. Yeah,
No, don't take the Kanye approach.
I mean, but in other words, be more direct, be more open about it. You know what I'm saying? So instead of just kind of, it's the fuck the Grammys and blah, 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 and move on.
Yeah.
No, like, say something. Don't just sit there and just take what they're giving you.
I think from my perspective and a lot of other people's perspective, was, I feel like she got nominated for 4 Grammys, she won 3 out of the 4. Beck was the only one that she didn't get. And a lot of people felt like she was robbed because of obviously, the way the impact of the album and whatever, like how she released it and stuff like that.
Okay.
Whatever. But my thing is, a lot of people were upset because they were like, they didn't give her the only Grammy they felt like she deserved for the night, but yet they kept her performance to the end of the show for ratings.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why a lot of people were pissed off still, because it's like
I don't get that argument. They kept that. Okay, so they kept her.
In other words, they're using her for ratings, but don't want to give her the Album of the Year award.
Okay, because that's stupid. So we can keep Prince. If Prince was performing, we can keep Prince to the end of the show. Yeah. Did Prince have the Album of the Year last year? Okay. So I don't get that argument. I'm not trying to shit on it. I'm just saying I don't really understand how the two correlate. Like, you can have an amazing artist that may just not have had a better album than another artist for that particular year.
So then what defines a better album?
Ask the Academy. That's what I was saying earlier. Right. It's not like the Academy listens to 2 albums and they say
they were saying it was based on how much you sold and on whatever, and now they're saying it's based on artistry. A lot of people were like, oh well, he's just a better artist.
They didn't say that. Kanye said that. The Academy didn't say shit because they don't have to say shit. Because they're going to do what they want to do every single year. They didn't come out and say, Kanye, you're wrong. Nah.
But you're saying that, probably, right? If it's based off, record sales and singles that you put out or, videos maybe, right?
And lots of politics is what I said.
Probably
a lot of politics.
If you look at the ratings over, like, how much she outsold him and all of that other stuff, technically, even without an artist standpoint or how many instruments she can play or whatever, it should technically have won based upon that.
Why?
Because she outsold the fuck out of him.
Okay. So here's my question. So are we admitting that the awards are based off of album sales and popularity?
We don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. So if someone's gonna have that argument for Beyonce's album, if someone's having that argument for Beyonce's album, then in my opinion, I'm gonna stop listening to your opinion right there. Because if you're saying that the award show is and should be based off of album sales and popularity, then what the fuck kind of award show is this?
I'm not saying
I'm saying, I know, but I'm saying like that argument doesn't really make a lot of sense.
But there are a lot of people making that argument for Beyonce.
Right. And if that's the case, then you sound crazy. Because these would be the same motherfuckers that if someone did have better album sales than Beyonce, they would still be sitting there trying to argue. And if the other person that actually won, if his team was like, well, he had better album sales. Oh, why is music based off of album sales? They're just grabbing onto whatever argument they can grab onto because just like Kanye, they wanted Beyonce's album to win. Do I think Beck had the best album of the year? No way I do. But I think his album was good. It wasn't the best album of the year. I didn't hear Beyonce's album, so I can't say shit. I heard like 2 or 3 songs. I don't listen to Beyonce like that. But I'm not taking something like this that seriously to sit here and fucking debate about something. Like, I just don't understand people that get that hyped about this. I mean, do you ride around saying, you know, hey, what are you listening to? Grammy Award winning artist Macklemore? No. You still listen to what the fuck you listen to. Who cares?
Right, rather if they got a Grammy or not.
Because you want your people to win, man. I mean, that's just a natural feeling.
You want people 3 out of 3. She won 3. I mean, how many more does she need to win?
All of them.
Sweet, baby.
I mean, she would agree with that.
I mean,
What, with the 3?
No, I think that even if she didn't win those other 3, I don't think that would have mattered. I think the only thing that people wanted or thought she deserved to win was that one.
Album of the year because she sold a lot of albums and
What is their basis? What is their basis? The motherfuckers that are complaining probably don't even know how these qualifications happen or what the rules are. They're just saying, well, I liked her album and I don't know who Beck is, so therefore she should have won. That's a stupid argument.
Not only that is, it's that, but they're also looking at, the secret album, broke the internet, dropped all these videos. They're looking at the total
so
package.
that means it's a good album because it.
That's really kind of I didn't really get that argument that she dropped all these videos and dropped it as a secret. I'm like, what about the album?
Right.
Not all of the extra stuff. And I think that was kind of Kanye's argument, that the extra stuff and how she did it, how she executed, created the art. That's kind of how I interpreted what he said.
But we're talking about marketing. How are we judging an album on marketing? That's ridiculous. An album is an album. If you want to judge an album against another album, you judge it on its musical content.
Exactly.
That's it. Marketing is not the same thing. Now, again, we don't know what goes into how the Academy judges the greatest album of the year. If they're including marketing, I don't know how much I agree with that.
Are you solely viewing videos and stuff like that solely as marketing? Because I think that's an extension of the creative.
No, that's marketing.
Why is that?
Because you're marketing your product. Your product is the music.
No. I feel you on that, but I also think that music videos, at least the ones that she did, I felt like it was an extension of her being creative. Just like when Missy back in the day, like when she was dropping all of those videos, they were way before her time. So I don't think that it was solely marketing.
They give us video of the year.
Yes,
it's album of the year. Why are we? Are y'all serious?
No.
Bro, you're confusing me.
No. I'm not making the point like because of the videos that she should have won that. I'm just saying, I just think it's an extension of her being creative. That's it. I'm not making.
That's not even the discussion though. The discussion is whether she should have won album of the year or not.
You have to go off the merit of what you're listening to,
Exactly.
not what you see, not what you made, not what somebody threw in. You're talking about the merit of what you hear when you press play.
That's gonna do it for this episode. I realized that we spent quite some time talking about Beyonce on Hip Hop Channel, but she is married to Jay-Z, so that should count for something, right? But blame Sophie.
Hashtag blame Sophie.
Yeah. But
Don't blame nobody.
so anyway, I hope y'all got something good out of it. Yeah. And that's gonna do it. All right, we out.